Hello everyone, I'm Anthony. Welcome back to the Koala English Podcast, where we learn simple and practical English for everyday life. And joining me today is my wonderful co-host, Samantha.
Hello, learners. I'm really happy you're here with us today.
How are you, Samantha?
I'm feeling a bit thoughtful today, Anthony. I was reading about how men and women can experience love very differently, especially when it comes to silence.
That's interesting. Sometimes silence isn't distance. It can mean something deeper.
Absolutely. And today we're exploring the silent heart, how men and women experience love differently.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English with us, please subscribe to the Koala English Podcast channel.
Yes, your support helps us create more helpful episodes for English learners around the world.
Subscribing also helps you stay updated with new lessons every week.
So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's learn English together.
All right, are you ready?
Let's begin.
You know, Samantha, trying to understand a man's feelings in a relationship can sometimes feel very confusing.
Oh, yes, especially when he becomes quiet. You start thinking, did I do something wrong?
Right. One day he cares, he helps, he shows up, and the next moment he says nothing.
And that silence can feel really uncomfortable. It makes you wonder what is happening in his mind.
But today, we're going to look at this in a different way.
Yes, we're going to understand the silence instead of being afraid of it.
And by the end of this episode, you'll feel calmer, clearer, and more confident in understanding relationships.
I think many people feel confused because silence often looks like distance.
That's true. When someone stops talking, we often think they are losing interest.
But sometimes that's not the real reason.
That's a great point. Silence isn't always rejection, it can be reflection.
So he's not pulling away?
Not necessarily. In many cases, he is just thinking and processing his feelings.
Let's talk about something important. Men and women often experience love in different ways.
How so?
Many women start with emotion first. They feel something, a connection, a spark.
Yes, that sounds very familiar.
Then later they use logic to ask, is this person right for me?
And men?
Men often take a different path. They begin with logic.
Really?
Yes, before opening their heart, they need to feel safe and stable.
So they don't jump into emotions right away?
That's right. They take more time.
So what is happening when a man becomes quiet?
Good question. This is what we can call a silent phase.
What does that mean?
It means he is observing, thinking, and trying to understand his feelings.
So he is not ignoring you.
Not at all. He's trying to understand himself.
That's very different from what many people think.
It really is. While a woman might ask, "Do I like him?" a man might be asking, "Who am I when I'm with her?"
Oh, that's quite deep.
Let's look at some common misunderstandings.
Yes, this part is important.
When he is quiet, many people think he is losing interest.
But the truth could be he is processing his feelings.
That's another way to see it. When he moves slowly, people think he is not serious.
But in reality, he may be building something strong.
A strong foundation takes time.
So, what does love feel like for many men?
For many men, love is not about excitement or drama.
Really?
Yes, it's more about peace.
Peace.
Feeling calm, safe, and relaxed.
That's very different.
It is. Instead of emotional highs and lows, they often look for stability.
So, love feels like home, not chaos.
I like that. That's a beautiful way to describe it.
I always thought feelings come first, and then commitment follows naturally.
For many women, that's often the case. The feelings grow strong first, and then the desire to commit comes after.
Yes, it feels like emotions lead the way.
That's a very natural experience. But for many men, it can be quite different.
Different how?
For them, commitment can come before those deep emotions fully appear.
Really? That feels a bit surprising.
I know it does. Instead of being guided by strong feelings at the beginning, many men take time to observe, reflect, and understand the relationship.
So they don't rush into emotional attachment?
Exactly. They want to feel stable first, to feel that this connection is safe and right for them.
And that's when they decide to commit?
Yes, it's often a quiet, internal decision, not always something they say out loud right away, but something they feel deeply inside.
So commitment is more like a choice.
That's a great way to put it. It's a decision to stay, to invest, and to build something meaningful.
And the feelings come after that?
In many cases, yes. Once that decision is made, they begin to open up more emotionally.
So their emotions grow over time.
They do, slowly but often very deeply. When a man feels safe after committing, he can finally relax and show his true feelings.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's like he needs a solid foundation first, and then the emotional connection becomes stronger and stronger.
So instead of being driven by emotion, he builds toward it.
That's right. And understanding this can really change how we see his behavior.
Yes, it helps us become more patient and maybe a little more understanding too.
So, how can we use this understanding?
Yes, what should we do?
First, don't panic when there is silence.
That's not easy, but I'll try.
Second, don't rush him for answers.
Give him space to process.
That's a healthier approach. And most importantly, protect your own peace.
I really like that idea.
Let's finish with a simple checklist.
Yes, I love checklists.
1. Silence does not always mean rejection. 2. Men often need time to feel safe. 3. Love for them can feel like peace, not drama. 4. Stay calm and respect your own value.
That's simple and powerful.
If you remember these points, relationships will feel much clearer.
And a lot less stressful.
So now, silence is no longer something to fear. What once felt confusing now feels easier to understand.
Yes, it really changes the way we see relationships. Silence is not always distance. It can be a quiet form of thinking and feeling.
And when we understand that, we stop reacting with fear and start responding with clarity.
I love that. Because relationships shouldn't feel like constant stress. They should feel safe.
Not just for him, but for you too.
So next time someone becomes quiet, instead of worrying, you can pause and look at it differently.
And most importantly, you can protect your own peace.
Because at the end of the day, the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself.
So now the question is, how will you listen? Not just to others, but to your own heart. So think about this for a moment. At the beginning, understanding someone's silence in a relationship might have felt confusing, maybe even a little painful.
Yeah, like when someone becomes quiet and you start wondering, did I do something wrong?
But now things feel a little different. Not because people changed, but because you understand their behavior better.
That's right. And that small shift, understanding, can change everything. It can turn confusion into calm.
Imagine this. You're sitting with someone you care about. The conversation slows down and there's a moment of silence.
Before, that silence might feel heavy, maybe even uncomfortable. But now, you take a breath and you don't panic.
You begin to see it differently. Maybe he's not pulling away. Maybe he's just thinking, processing, understanding himself.
And in that moment, instead of fear, you feel a little more peace.
That's what clarity feels like. Not having all the answers, not controlling everything, just feeling calm and grounded.
And maybe next time, instead of overthinking every small change, you'll notice something deeper. The way he shows care in actions, the quiet moments, the small signs that don't need words.
And maybe you'll start thinking in English too. Simple thoughts like, he needs time. This feels calm. I'm okay.
That's how real learning happens, not just through lessons, but through real feelings, real life, real moments.
So wherever your relationship journey goes next, a new beginning or something familiar, a moment of connection, or a moment of silence.
Remember, you're not just trying to understand someone else. You're also understanding yourself. You're growing. You're becoming stronger and more peaceful every day.
So take your time, trust the process,
And don't be afraid of silence.
because sometimes the most meaningful feelings.
Are the ones that grow quietly.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Koala English Podcast.
And we'd love to hear from you. How do you feel about silence in relationships?
Tell us in the comments, even in simple English.
We're learning together step by step.
See you in the next episode.
Take care and listen to your heart.